it's time for you to finally power rank the Winx.
I mean, let me ask the audience.
Hey guys, it's Kevin. Welcome back to my channel. Recently on YouTube, I just hit 5,000 subscribers. Oh my god! Thank you guys so much. I love doing YouTube and I cannot believe I'm at that milestone, and I will continue to keep posting because it's so much fun for me. In honor of 5K, which is kind of like a huge milestone, we're gonna be baking a cake. So I've got a funfetti cake mix right here with chocolate frosting. Yellow cake and chocolate frosting are literally so good together, and these kind of sprinkles are like my favorite. Just that style is so iconic to me. It's almost giving cosmic brownie. I asked you guys over on my TikTok, Instagram, and community tab what questions you guys had for me, and you definitely delivered. So today's gonna be a Q&A and baking video, and I hope you guys enjoy. In honor of 5K, I've got some fun candles here. I wonder what the Dollar Tree lady thought when I was checking these out. She actually didn't think anything, she just scanned them. But so this is the type of cake that you can use either egg whites or the whole egg, depending on if you want the cake to be white or yellow. I don't mind, so I'm just gonna use the whole egg, and it's gonna be covered with chocolate frosting anyway. So I need 1 cup water, half cup oil, and 3 whole eggs. First things first, set the oven to 350 Fahrenheit. Bake. There we go. While that is preheating, I'm gonna get my stuff set up. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. First question is from Chai, my really good friend over on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Definitely follow her. If you yourself were in the Winx universe, what would your power be? This is such a good question. Oh my gosh. For me, myself, my OC, I love ice powers, so I would definitely want to have Icy's powers. As a fairy though, I feel like that would be so OP and just so fun. As I've said ad nauseum, I love ice powers and ice magic. Like Emma was my favorite mermaid from H2O. Icy is on and off my favorite tricks. Zane was my favorite ninja from Ninjago. So probably Icy's powers, but at the same time I love Techno's powers. I think that any sort of techno magic would be so fun. Winx Forever podcast also said this, but like having that would be so easy to like edit videos and just do social media. Like I love that aspect of it. So also like Techno's powers for sure. There's a little bit of water in here because I just washed it, so don't judge me. But I would say either Icy or Techno. With Techno's thing though, maybe just super speed or like time travel. Like being able to do things really fast would save me so much time. I don't know. Aprajita said, what is your favorite show except Winx Club? Oh my god. Okay, so I need 1 cup of water. Let me get the water real quick. It's like about half. Of everything I've ever seen in my entire life, Steven Universe. If we're talking cartoons, I grew up without cable, so I would only get to see fun shows like at my grandma's house, like iCarly, Drake and Josh, Victorious. I did eventually get cable at one point, but my teen years, I really grew to love Steven Universe, and it's such a shame that it ended how it did. Super quick, rushed because of Garnet's wedding. That is so annoying. Oh my gosh, I love Steven Universe. That's probably my go-to answer. It's like just so good in so many ways. I also love H2O, Just Add Water. If we're talking reality, I love Big Brother. Big Brother is so fun. I'm watching that right now because it's on this summer, and my favorite house guest currently, probably Mallory or Barrett's, either of those two. But I've also been watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm currently almost on season 11 of that, and that's been my life so far. Taylor is probably my favorite from the first 3 seasons of that series. Half cup of oil. Let me measure this out real quick. Oh, the oven's done. Nikita, hey Nikita, asked, what do I do for work? So in the past couple summers, I've been working at the library as a page, and basically doing that, you just sort books, put things away, clean up, do little chores like get the mail and stuff like that. This summer I'm currently not there, but I've been doing gig work in between, things like DoorDash, Walmart, Spark. And that actually ties into my next question by a decent delinquent over my Discord. Shout out! They asked, what am I studying in college, if I mind sharing? I just finished my bachelor's in communication studies, and I am currently studying library science for a master's degree so I can become a librarian, because I do want to be a full-time librarian. I just love the atmosphere of the library, and I've always had so much fun growing up at the library. It just would be such a fun job and such a fun career. Despite living in the 21st century, you would not believe how popular my local public library gets in the summer. Quite literally, like, it's mind-boggling. Even with my chronically online perspective, I don't think libraries are going anywhere, and I think that is so important. Whether they're public, whether they're law, whether they're like top secret, whether they're just literally one of those things on the side of the street, libraries are so important. And even saying that, I definitely need to read more myself. But yeah, that's essentially what I do for work. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely gonna be yellow with the yolks. Just keep that in mind. Flash of Fate, aka WinxClubNewsflash, favorite song from the Winx TV movies? That is a good question. They're all so good. My number one go-to is Power of Charmix. Of course, Kate Kelly slayed that. I would also say the TV version of the intro song with Symphony Miller. Even the full song, she ate that, I would say. I also love I'm Home. I also love Straight to the Top. I also love underrated, what's it called? We're the Magic Winx or something. It's like, we are the Magic Winx. Something like that when they're running through the cave underground. I love that one. I'm currently in progress of Winx Club TV movies lore deep dive, so stay tuned for that, guys. My friend Marty, favorite K-pop song that has come out this year. Oh my god. I want to say Cat's Eye Pinky Up. I honestly was not the biggest fan of Kepler's Killa song. It's different for them, and they can't always come back with like a number one hit, otherwise others wouldn't stand out. But Kepler is my ultimate group, so it's a little disappointing that they didn't. I love this rave type of genre that we're getting, like Pinky Up, Celebrate, It's Me. I love all those songs. Ooh, also Bang Bang by IVE. That was really good too. In that album, Gull's solo song was so good. Odd, it was so good. Kalki the Kwame asked, favorite Winx character? Of all the characters in the show, you know, I always loved Zing the Pixie. So funny, such funny references. I would also say 4Kids Stella is really funny too. She's not my favorite Winx of all time, but she does come up with some pretty funny one-liners. I wonder if she ever made that one shade of pink. We'll never know. I know Butterflix is kind of funny, honestly. Or Digit. I love Digit so much. She's so sassy and just, oh, I love her. I don't have any baking spray, so I'm just gonna spread a little bit of oil around. Woo! Wait, should I do 2 layers? How much is that gonna cover? You know what? F it, let's do it. I wasn't sure if there was gonna be enough for that, so I'm kind of surprised. 2 8-inch rounds, 34 to 38 minutes. The oven to go. Let's just check on them in about 30 minutes. Okay, those are all the questions from Instagram. Now over to YouTube at The Girly. 1. How long have you been a Winx Club fan? I've been a fan for a while. I would say about 15 years since the specials came out. I did see the show when it came out in 2004 to 7 on 4Kids TV in America, but I was so young I barely remember it. I can remember like a glimpse of it from season 3 when Bloom was on Pyros, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about the show. But other than that, I've been a fan for about 15 years. That is crazy. What character reminds me of myself? Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like Techno. Just her personality, the way she's just so independent but so strong. Just something about her aura. I feel like very techno-coded in that way. If I were a Winx character, I'd be very unique in my powers in some sort of way. I also like Icy for her determination as well, and minus all of the bad intentions or bad consequences behind maybe her good intentions. I like that about Icy, and of course her powers too. In that sense, I see myself in them. But I also love Stormy. Like, she is not here for the BS, and she just does what she wants. She's literally like a loose cannon, and I love that in her. Muse is my fave Winx, but some parts of her I don't see in myself. Like, going on a never-ending toxic relationship with Ribbon. Like,
oh, that's
that could never be me. And 3, how much Winx merch do you have? Or do you have some of it? I have a moderate collection of Winx merch for sure. I have an outdated collection video from 2022, and all of that still is up to date. I have a bunch of Winx dolls. I have use of Butterflix and Bloomix, the China exclusive, were my only ever inbox dolls. Actually, no. Along with the 3 Season 8 Sirenix dolls that were actually somehow brought to America in 2021. But they have like the Season 8 faces but the Season 5 type dresses. They're not very high budget dolls, but I do have them. I got secondhand Stella and Bloom Bloomix dolls. I think I got a couple other secondhand dolls that I planned to like reroute that I never got to. I have a couple shirts that I've worn in videos. I also do have some stuff from the Winx Club shop, like the Sirenix figurines, the World of Winx concert figurines, and I think the World of Winx Dreamix figurines. I also have a good collection of the magazines. I also have a decent collection of the DVDs. I've got like the 4Kids volumes, the Sinhala, the Nick movies, the German specials, as well as the iconic Princess Ball DVD, which is probably my most prized possession ever. Oh, and I also have the What's Your Passion pins, the Magic Winx ones. Totally not sponsored, but totally should be, just saying. I love those especially because they're like unique drawings, but they're good drawings at that. I love that. Starlight the Diva Official asked, what made you start content creation? I have been doing this for a while. I have only been doing Winx content for maybe the past 4 years primarily, but I have been a YouTuber for a while. My first ever video I posted when I was in 2nd grade with my parents' permission. It was Toontown Glitches by Kevin, and it is still up today. If you go to my videos and sort by oldest, it is the first one. I think I was 8 in that video, and yeah, Toontown had some real crazy glitches, and that was when it was still owned by Disney back in the day.
Hi, old.
But I sort of did little videos for fun, then I started making videos with my friends, and I loved that sort of filmmaking aspect. I really got inspired by The Three Tails. You guys remember that, a mermaid series? Kind of inspired by H2O, where they turned into mermaids when they touch water. I got inspired by them and made my own show called Just Plain Magical, where each of us had these magical powers, and I was experimenting with editing, and it was so fun. And I was doing vlogs, tags, challenges with my friends all throughout high school and middle school. And here I am. It was always just so fun to like have my own space, just connect with people. I feel like that's definitely one of my underrated hobbies that I forget I have. I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. Other people don't. If you didn't make Winx content, what franchises would you make videos about? That's so good. Well, I definitely like Magical Girl type series. I feel like I would have a lot to say about the series Pretty Cure, that anime. I love that entire franchise. Well, more so the modern seasons, but still, nonetheless, I love it. First ever saw it as Glitter Force on Netflix, and I just love it. I'd say my favorite 3 are probably Kira Kira, Pretty Cure a la mode, Star Twinkle Pretty Cure, and toss up between Kimito Idol and Star Detective Pretty Cure. So I feel like I could make a bunch of good videos on them. I also do love Lolly Rock, and maybe Steven Universe, maybe H2O, I'm not sure. What are the plans for the future of my channel? This is a fun one. I could see myself making Winx discussions for a good long while. I definitely have plans for videos in the future doing Winx Club season deep dives as I've done with season 7. World of Winx's 10th anniversary is coming up, so I would also love to do something for that. Long term though, I would love to continue my podcast, Magic Winxology, which is on a separate channel below, but episodes are coming out bi-weekly at least. You should definitely check it out. We react to it on stream, and then I re-edit the VOD and upload it to YouTube, and it is a full-on podcast. We are currently at season 2, episode 9. Episode 10 should be coming up tomorrow or Tuesday, but I plan to keep that going for as long as I can. Of course, I'd love to collab with people. I'd love to reach out. I'd love to take this to a higher level if ever possible. I still feel the way I feel. Those are my opinions. I will not be a toxic Enchantix glazer. Also, my friend Orange Juice over on the Discord, they asked, what is my favorite breakfast food in the morning? That's a good question. No, I love a good waffle, like waffle with syrup. Oh my gosh, that's good. I love breakfast, but I feel like such a bad cook. I never know what to make. I'd love like a good breakfast burrito or like some fresh fruit. I do love sweet things too, like Pop-Tart, cinnamon roll, something fun like that. But go-to, probably like waffles. This user commented, I'm not so creative with my questions, but It's okay. How would you rank World of Winx, Season 7, 8, Fate, and the reboot? Within each other in those 5? I would say World of Winx, Season 7, the reboot, Fate, and Season 8. Now, I love Season 8 for its good parts as well. I think Cosmix is a goated transformation, to say the least. I love the Star Case, I love the Star Quest, I love Icy versus Valtor versus the Tricks. I love Icy and Sapphire, more of Musa's home planet Melody, we saw Galatea, Darcy turning into Miele. Like, there was a lot of good parts of Season 8, and same for Fate as well. I don't watch Fate that much. I do like it. Of course, it's an adaptation. It gave us a unique sense of how the world works. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't say I go to it as a comfort show though. But if you want to see how I feel about Season 7, definitely check out my deep dive. Have you played any Winx video games? I've played the Nick website ones, and some of them were very good. I've played the first ever game, but the Game Boy Advance version. It was very fun, and I loved the character design, the little profiles. I've definitely played some of the ones on the Winx websites too. I can't really recall which ones, but I've definitely played like the dress up ones. Oh, that cursed magic match from Season 7. But I don't think I ever played the Konami one that was like the 3D one. And I have not played the Switch game that just came out, but I would love to. I also do stream on Twitch, and I've been meaning to get back to streaming. So if there's a Winx game, or any game for that matter, that you'd like to see me play, definitely let me know. Have I ever watched Ninjago? I highly recommend it. Yes, I have. I actually have. I only saw the first couple seasons. I think around 2014 is when I stopped watching. I never got to the seasons where Nia got her powers. Isn't she a ninja too? But Zane, my favorite ninja, as I said, shout out. Those are all the questions from my community tab, but now back to TikTok. Sonix asked, Kevin, it's time for you to finally power rank the Winx and explain. Also rank your favorite Winxes. We can't run from it forever. First of all, you saying Winxes is sending me, but I love that for you.
Curse on every single one of those Winxes!
Power rank? I don't know. See, the thing is, I think they're all pretty strong in general. I think each type has its own strengths and weaknesses. I don't want to just sit here and say Flora's the strongest and Musa's the weakest. But if I had to put a ranking on it, I think I would just go Bloom is the most powerful. I want to say Stella or Aisha, because they're very powerful and like flexible. Like Aisha can do so many things with her powers. Then I'd say either Tecna or Musa, and then Flora. But at the same time, like literally, I don't know. You could rank that any other way. I feel like they have very strong moments and very weak moments too. Personal favorites, based on how I feel, because that's my opinion, Musa is number 1. Musa is number 1 for sure. Then I would say Tecna. Then I'd say Aisha. Then Bloom or Stella, and then Flora. I just don't like her. She's just a bad seed on this earth. But anytime Alejandra voices her, I do have to stand. And Reboot Flora, I love her as well. Just not Season 7 or Sinhala. No man. Serenity asks, if you were in the Winx universe, who would you be? Also congrats. Thank you. Of the Winx, I feel like I would want to just be Musa. Just to see her vibe. She and I just click, and I would love to just be in her shoes. I think she is very powerful. Maybe she doesn't have an elemental power. Music, sound waves, vibrations, like you could do so much with that. But also she's very intuitive, hearing sound waves as a means of calling for an emergency. The fate aspect of her being a mind fairy, like I love that too. I'm just gonna say Musa, because I feel like we would be the same in the club. Even though I said I find myself more in Tecna, I'll just go for Musa for this one. Do I play the Fairy Guardians on Roblox? No, I don't. But I've heard so many good things about it. I know of it. And I know like you can get your Enchantix. I know the game is like so beautiful and it was like taken down at some point, but I would love to. I feel like that could be fun. I've actually like never played Roblox at all, not even Dress to Impress. But if I do, who's my favorite character currently? I don't play it, but is Tecna available yet? If not, I would say Tecna or Musa, to be honest. And Sonix also asks, what are some problematic / unpopular parts of the Winx Club that you can tolerate? And what are some that are annoying to you? Of Winx Club in general, or of the fandom? because those are two different things. Of the show, I think there's a lot of plot holes throughout the whole series that we never talk about, and those actually bother me so much. Of course, by continuing on with further seasons, it sometimes sort of diminishes earlier ones in the sense of like they went all out in the beginning and then we're still doing this 22 years later. But I think in general, season 1 has some big plot holes that were just never explained. Like, why was Stella on Earth in the first place? I would also love to see more of Bloom's home life on Gardenia. Where's her high school? How did Mike and Vanessa know her name was Bloom? Was it written on the basket or something? Like, I don't know. And maybe they're not plot holes, but they're just total missed opportunities to develop more on. Like, we just don't know about it. I'd also love to see her being more of an artist. So those are some that are annoying, and I think that Flora is a completely underdeveloped character. She has so much potential, but I think she used it all up in season 1 and clearly ran out by 7 and 8. Don't even get me started on World of Winx. Like, who is that character? But some that I can tolerate, I mean, I can tolerate season 5 and Sirenix. I think also season 3 is a bit overhyped in my opinion. The season 2 finale far outshines season 3. I actually really disliked the season 3 finale. It was a huge season with huge stakes, and the finale feels like it crumbled and like sort of fell flat. All of a sudden, Valtor is using the spell of the elements and he turns into this monster, and that just sort of like was a huge turn off for me. Like, I just don't care about these random monsters in a Winx Club. And then they came back for another episode and then it actually ended. Alright, let's check. Let me get a fork and an oven mitt. Oh yeah, those are done. Look at that. They might be a bit overbaked, but hey, that's okay. I think it's kind of funny that once I dare open my mouth and say Enchantix is overrated, people will comment and say, yeah, but it deserves to be overrated because it's actually good. Like, that's your opinion too! Like, that's why, is because it's objectively good. Like, but then again, I have to be like, I need to calm down. I'm an adult, my frontal lobe is fully developed, and although that only consists of Winx knowledge, I need to calm down. But I will not be a toxic Enchantix glazer. So basically, I'm gonna let these cool, and then I'm going to cut the top off so they can stack evenly. Then I'm gonna frost them, put the candles on, and we'll see. As I put the cake together, and don't worry, none of that cake was wasted. It was really good, by the way. I just want to thank you guys so much. Oh my god. I have been doing YouTube for so long, as I said, and genuinely getting to this milestone is unbelievable. I don't really know what to think, and I'm just so glad you guys have stuck with me for all this time. I plan to make videos for a long time, and I hope you guys stick with me even further throughout this journey. It's crazy how far I've come, how far things have changed, but at the same time, not much. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me. Thank you guys for subscribing and making these YouTube dreams sort of come true. This has always been such a fun passion project for me, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this channel. And of course, I did cut into this cake, and yes, it was actually so good. Not gonna lie. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!